Guten Tag und herzlich willkommen wieder. Hier ist euer Butz Gaming Team. Wir spielen heute, oder ich spiele heute, Devinity Original Sin in der Enhanced Edition. Auch wenn ich das falsch ausgesprochen habe, ist mir scheißegal. Ja, das ist das neue Spiel, was wir auf jeden Fall weiterhin playen werden. Ich hoffe, es macht euch genauso Spaß wie ich. Ich habe es gerade erst angemacht. Ich sag jetzt ciao, gnädige Frau. Ich halte mich jetzt raus und ihr dürft das Spiel ganz in Ruhe genießen. Viel Spaß bei Devinity.
Hold! Careful! I've...
A whetstone room.
Careful now. A whetstone!
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them gulls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage?
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
unending darkness. Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
Maybe the lock can be jimmied. It's locked! Careful! There's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an
Better to
interest in
detonate that
protecting
mine
whatever's
safely
kept.
than trip over it myself. Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself. Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself. I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
Well, what's this I've spotted? We made short work of that door, but I don't imagine... This seems to be broken. Shut tight. I've spotted something. Well, what's this I've spotted? I think I hear voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
What's that? I think there are hidden foes ahead. Die, vermin!
The time of your death is at hand. This seems to be broken. Not even worth the rummaging.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The bloodstone, deliver it now, and I may deign to end you quickly. In life, I toiled to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. Run if you like, defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave. Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
The time of your death is at hand.
Hold it right there.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horn in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, babyers? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Cecile.
So, you're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
Captain, come along. We're not far from the city. Pass the bottle, would you, Junius? My throat's dry.
Again? This is a single malt. What the hell's happening down there? Oh,
Meet your demise!
Got you right where I want you.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human
Who
command.
is that? Hey, I'm a proud legionnaire. It's these... That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbor to the west of here. It's hard to say. That ship needs attention and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Got any special source hunter tricks to make a blue sky turn to rain clouds? Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs. It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the curse...
I've spotted something interesting.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold! There we are. Meet my other half, hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter, and I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that...
Sects, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu mentioned?
So, meine lieben Freunde, das war's auch erstmal für heute. Hier mit Devinity Origin Sin. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wenn ihr mehr sehen wollt, lasst mal ein Like und einen Kommentar da. Um keine weiteren Folgen von mir zu verpassen, lasst da mal ein Abo da. Würde mich immer sehr freuen. Flöckchen ist am Trinken. Ich ärgere sie jetzt, um dass das nicht stört. Und sage jetzt ciao, gnädige Frau. Wir sehen uns bei den nächsten Folgen.